Hi. Alright, so today is Saturday, March 15th, and I wanted to answer another frequently asked question, which is, how did I choose my name? So when I turned 15, I was just finishing freshman year in high school. During my sophomore year, I began to really hardcore question my gender, and at that time, I chose the name Skye with an E at the end of it, so Skye, to be my chosen name that I wanted people to try calling me. The reason that I chose Skye out of all possible names, if I was going to choose one, is that there was not a single person in my high school named Skye. And I went to a high school of 1,999 students. Not a single Skye, and there weren't any Skies on any of my sports teams. There weren't any Skies in any of my clubs or whatever, like at my Unitarian church. No Skies. So basically, I did not know anybody online or in my immediate real world around me named Skye. And as a freshman turning sophomore in high school, it was kind of this nerve-wracking situation about, I didn't want anyone to think that I was copying their name, so I chose a name that was, one, androgynous, because I was just trying out names and exploring my gender, and two, nobody else had one, so no one could accuse me of copying them. And Skye felt right for me. It seemed to work. People said I looked like a Skye. It just sort of stuck. And although I ended up dropping the E from it when I fully came out as trans, because Skye with an E at the end is typically a bit more feminine, I also just didn't really like the look of it. So I ended up, when I was legally changing my name, I went for Skylar Tucker. And you may ask if, why didn't I choose a name that was similar to my birth name to make things easier? Well, my birth name was Catherine, and pretty much the K options that I could think of were like Ken, or Kent, or Kevin. And at that point, since my last name starts with a K too, I was like, this is a lot of Ks, and I ended up choosing Skylar Tucker, and they both have ers in them. My last name's Kurgel, that has an in it, so I still have all these Ks and these sounds, and they're all 6 letters long. So I didn't really think that through very well, but nah, so it goes. I don't know why Tiger is literally just like attached to my foot right now. Hold on. Tiger, did you want to pop in and say something? Did you want to come on in and say something? But basically, I chose my middle name to be Tucker because as, I got more comfortable with myself and people were calling me by Skye, and I was feeling comfortable in my gender identity and with male pronouns and overall just feeling better, I was like, you know what, if I could have chosen any boy name, I would have loved to choose Tucker. My mom has no idea why that's the case. She likes Skye, but she just does not understand the Tucker at all. And that's just, I don't know, I just liked it. But there was someone in my high school named Tucker, so there you go. The other thing that I thought about for a bit, so after I was going by Skye for a year or so, and especially after the conversation with my mom where she's like, I don't understand Tucker and whatnot, is I started to doubt it, because it was, it's a name for the rest of my life, and so I was like, maybe I should have had my parents choose it for me, because then I could never regret that choice, kind of like the safety net, oh, well, my parents gave it to me, so I have to live with it, sort of like my birth name, which I ended up changing anyway, so there's that. But essentially, I did have some doubts for a bit of time, but as I've grown and been more comfortable with it, and I really just love that it's an androgynous name. It gives me that fluidity. I felt like it was a name that I could do anything with. That, I don't know, it just felt like more of just a name for my being rather than my gender, and so I love that about it. And so in the end, I'm glad that I chose it for myself, and I really feel like choosing my name was a big part of the self-creation that I have been doing for the past 7 years of my life, basically, and I wouldn't change that for anything, so I'm really happy with it. So that's just a bit about how I chose my name, because I was paranoid about people thinking I was copying them, and also Tiger chose it for me. He's the answer to all my questions, so in case you're wondering, Tiger chose Skye for me. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye. Hi. Oh, tail wag.